Y'all, can we finally talk about For Color Girls, but from a spiritual perspective? Let's get into it. See, in my opinion, Tyler Perry did his big one when he wrote and produced the film For Color Girls. It's my favorite Tyler Perry film ever, but a lot of people don't know it's actually a screen adaptation of the choreo poem book written by Ntozake Shange, For Color Girls. See, the great sister queen Ntozake Shange wanted to tell the stories of Black women that often went untold, unbelieved, and sometimes fetishized. And what made the choreo poem book so interesting, and also why this film is such a spiritual film, is the fact that none of the women have names. All of their journeys, all of their stories are represented by colors. For example, you have the lady in red, the lady in green, the lady in blue, so on and so forth. Now let's get into the spiritual perspective of this film and why Tyler Perry really did his big one when he casted this film, and Ntozake Shange did her big one when she wrote the book that this film was adapted after. Let's get into it. And if you haven't already caught on, yes, each woman's journey represents a different chakra. Now, it's important to keep in mind the full title of the book and Ntozake Shange's intention to tell the stories of For Color Girls that often went unbelieved, untold, and sometimes fetishized. Now let's get into the infamous lady in red, played by Janet Jackson. She represents the wounded root chakra. The root chakra is represented by the color red. Now, a wounded root chakra often shows up as super anal, type A, hyperfixated, and all of that. And that's exactly how Janet Jackson's character showed up. She was the lady in red. She showed up as a wounded root chakra. Then we have Thandi Newton, who represents the lady in orange. Orange represents our sacral chakra, also known as the womb chakra. She was supposed to represent a wounded sacral chakra, a woman whose sacral area, her womb area, was abused. Therefore, she was trying to reclaim control of that area by essentially utilizing it at her own discretion, i.e., some people would call her the Jezebel of the story, or the of the story. Then we have Anika Noni Rose representing the lady in yellow. Yellow is our solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus is our emotion body, our divine femininity. It's supposed to represent emotional wellness and vulnerability. Remember, Anika Noni Rose was the dancer, the dance instructor. She was vulnerable. She moved her body with emotion and all of that. But she was SA'd in her own home after being vulnerable and trusting a man. She's supposed to represent a wounded solar plexus, a woman who was open, emotionally well, vulnerable, but taken advantage of, and then became wounded and broken in her emotion body. But she reclaims her time and her energy. She reclaims her solar plexus, the lady in yellow. Then, baby, here comes Queen Mother, Loretta Devine, the lady in green, representing the heart chakra. The heart chakra, of course, is our love energy. Remember, her story is the wounded heart chakra. She is the woman who loved a man openly and wholeheartedly and was taken advantage of. She represented the wounded heart chakra. We're going to come back to her at the end. Kerry Washington is the lady in blue. Blue represents the throat chakra, our area of communication. Now, if you recall the lady in blue's story, the lady in blue was the woman who was trying to conceive with her husband. And when she went to the doctor, she found out that she couldn't conceive because of a previous relationship. She contracted an STD, which then led to her being infertile. And she became infertile because that STD went undiagnosed because she was afraid to speak up about what happened and certain signs and symptoms she was having. Her communication was blocked back then, which is now affecting her ability to conceive today. A blocked throat chakra. Lady in blue. And Tessa Thompson was the lady in purple. Now, purple represents the crown chakra, our Ori, our higher divine self. Let's remember the lady in purple story. The lady in purple, crown chakra, her mother was Whoopi Goldberg, who played the lady in white. White is supposed to represent purity, the all-knowing, the holier than thou. Well, the lady in white was actually in spiritual psychosis, and she was oppressing her daughter, lady in purple, divine knowing, crown chakra. The lady in purple a blocked crown chakra, blocked by her mother, who was in spiritual psychosis, the lady in white. Now, see, if y'all are keeping up, I know y'all probably thinking, well, Queen, we missing one. Because we got Janet Jackson, who plays the lady in red, wounded root chakra. We have Thandi Newton, who plays the lady in orange, wounded sacral chakra. We have Anika Noni Rose, who plays the lady in yellow, or wounded solar plexus chakra. We have Loretta Devine, who plays the lady in green, a wounded heart chakra. We have Kerry Washington playing the lady in blue, a wounded throat chakra. And we have Tessa Thompson playing the lady in purple, a wounded crown chakra. But who is indigo? Well, we are indigo. Indigo represents the third eye chakra, the intuition. We, the audience, are the third eye. We have a different perspective, a different view, because we can see all what is going on, and we really know the inner depths of each and every character because we are watching their stories unfold before us. And of course, we can't forget Felicia Rashad, who plays the lady in black, the mother of the community. Remember, she was the one who was in the street screaming, help her, help her. She's supposed to represent the matriarch of the community, the black mother of the community. Kimberly Elise represented the lady in brown. And let's really think about what brown is. Brown is all of the colors mixed together. Now, if we think about all of the wounded chakras mixed together, did it not manifest as Kimberly Elise, the woman who was caring for a man who was wounded, a man who did not love her reciprocally, a man who ended up hurting the children that she loved and adored with her whole soul, the woman who sacrificed herself? Is she not a representation of all of the wounded chakras manifested? Now, in honor of the brilliant mind and great spiritualist that the ancestor Ntozake Shange was, I want y'all to go back and rewatch For Color Girls from a spiritual perspective and tell me Tyler Perry did not do his big one when he casted this film, wrote and produced this film. Read the book first and then go back and watch the film. Much love, y'all.
Somebody almost walked off with all of my stuff and didn't care enough to send a note home saying I was late for my solo conversation or 2 sizes too small for my own tacky skirts. What can anybody do with something of no value on an open market? Did you get a dime for my things? Hey, man, where you going with all of my stuff? This is a woman's trip and I need my stuff to ooh and ah about. Honest to God, somebody almost ran off with all of my stuff, and I didn't bring anything but the kick and sway of it. The perfect ass for my man, and none of it is theirs. This is mine, Juanita's own things. That's my name. Now give me my stuff. I see you hiding my laugh, and how I sit with my legs open sometimes to give my crotch some sunlight. This is some delicate leg and whimsical kiss I gotta have to give to my choice. So you can't have me unless I give me away. And I was doing all that till you ran off on a good thing. And who is this you left me with? Some simple bitch with a bad attitude. I want my things. I want my arm with the hot iron scar. I want my leg with the flea bite. Yeah, I want my things. I want my callous feet and quick language back in my mouth. I want my own things, how I loved them. Somebody almost ran off with all of my stuff, and I was standing there looking at my stuff the whole time. It wasn't a spirit that ran off with my stuff. It was a man whose ego walked around like Rodin's shadow. It was a man faster than my innocence. It was a lover I made too much room for. I almost ran off with all my stuff, and the one running with it don't know he got it. I'm shouting, this is mine, and he don't even know he got it. My stuff is the anonymous ripped-off treasure of the year. Did you know somebody almost got away with me? Me, in a plastic bag under his arm. Me, Juanita Sims. Somebody almost walked off with all my stuff.